Good morning and welcome to another short reflection, our final one before Easter Sunday. It's Saturday, and Saturday is indeed a strange day. But let's begin with a prayer. Lord, for those of us who have had difficult news or are going through difficult experiences at the moment, may your presence and your grace be real to encourage us, to lift us up, to renew our spirits and to give us hope. Be with us all in Jesus' name. Amen. Now, quite often when we do reflections for Easter week, Saturday gets missed out for the simple reason nothing much happened, and there's certainly no texts which refer to Saturday. And that is because the Saturday was the Sabbath. Everything stopped. It was a day of rest. But think of it. Think of how the disciples and all the followers of Jesus felt on that Saturday, on that Sabbath. It must have been the heaviest, the hardest, the darkest, the most difficult, the most numbing, the most painful Sabbath that they had ever gone through. And the interesting thing about the Sabbath is it's the day of rest following the days of creation. So in the Genesis creation account in chapter 1, there are 6 days of activity, and then there's the day of rest. It's almost like a day of peace and of completion and fulfillment and gratitude, because there's the joy and the work of creation finished, and to rest and experience that and rejoice in that. But here, there's no sense of completion. It's the opposite. The world's been turned upside down for them. The mission that Jesus was on seems to have been cut short. There is no completion. There is no fulfillment. There's just bewilderment. What is this all about? What has just happened? Let me read from the creation story. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. These words at the very beginning of our Bibles are appropriate for this Easter Saturday. Because there's darkness, there's chaos, everything's empty and formless. And in the midst of all that, God's Spirit is at work. And then comes the command, "Let there be light." And there was light. Now tomorrow we will light a candle because of the light of the world is risen. But it's Saturday, so the day is the day of chaos, emptiness and darkness. A reminder that there are no shortcuts. Think of the psychology of Easter. There's no quick fix or shortcut for our emotions and our pain. Sometimes we just have to go through things and come out the other end. And therefore Saturday's a good buffer between the horror and the darkness of the Friday and the glorious light of the Sunday. If Sunday had followed quickly on, something would have been missing. We need this day of emptiness, this day of reappraisal, this day to think it through, or even just not to think, just to feel, just to be numb. To just know that sometimes life is like this. That this is a tunnel and a valley we have to go through. because that's the way life is. And then the theology of Easter as well. A day when we realise that, yes, our dreams can be false, our hopes and expectations, our beliefs about God, what God should be like, what God should be doing, all of that sometimes needs to be challenged and the idolatries put to the side. And we let God be God. We let God reveal to us who he is and what he's about. So this Saturday is important for us just to be still, to reflect, to think, to realise that tomorrow there will be the command, let there be light. And tomorrow in the church we will celebrate Easter Sunday, and we will say the wonderful words that Christ is risen, but we'll proclaim it tomorrow. We can't today, because today is Saturday. Today is just a day for hanging in there. And if you're in that situation of just hanging in there, remember there's a glorious future. Our God is the God of tomorrow. He's the God of hope, the God who will carry us through to his actuality, to his new creation, to his wonderful kingdom. And however that reveals itself to us in small ways or in big ways, we will be with him and his grace will be at work in us. So this Saturday, hold on, hang in there. As always, thank you for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless.